And Sadie Hussein.
ECA, here we go!
For Manchester, it's the Jones brothers, Callum and Jet. But it's cut out by Dickinson. It's owning for his error. He's going to drive all the way to the basket. Tries a left-handed layup. Doesn't go in. Hussein takes the rebound. He finds Morcell on the outlet pass. And Morcell lays it in. To James Jones. Turnover for Manchester. Drew Lasker drives at the basket, gives it back to Sadie. Flies through the end, dunks the ball two-handed home. Hussein sets the pick at the top of the screen. Darius Defoe thought about a long two, decided not to. Give it to Morcell. Morcell gives it back inside. Defoe backs down Dickinson. Play for the Eagles. Elkvist drives to the basket, but not in my house, says Sadie Hussein. James Jones into Elkvist. Back to James Jones. Jones for three, that doesn't even hit the rim, off the glass. Morcell driving hard into Callum Jones Dickinson. He's going to shoot the three. He knows he's going to drive inside. Hussein turned his back on him then. Really, that could have been called as a foul. Callum Jones tidies up for Manchester. Elkvist for a two from the sideline, and a 3-point shooting the game. Pretty poor at the moment. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Lovely drive to the basket by James Jones, and lays it in with his left hand, reverse lane. In that first 5 minutes. Yes, just saying he might shoot the three. No, he's calling for somebody to set a screen for him. Gives it back to Fletcher. Fletcher drives through the traffic. Possibly John Mitchell would have been in and out. So, but Eagles at the moment leaving Defoe out there. There's a steal, easy steal for Fletcher. Wow! For his passport to come. His British passport, that is. And the reason why he's not in the side is because you're only allowed to make 9 changes during the season, and the Eagles have already made 1. So for this particular game, they've decided to go without Glasgow in the American spot, and obviously hoping to get something sorted for their next game, which should be in 2 weeks' time. There's Callum Jones off the glass and in for 2. 14-9, Eagles lead. Last cut to Williams. Here's Schlitzer, turns the corner. Hussein, nice ball movement by the Eagles. Fletcher, shake and bake and turn it on. He can't find his pass. Another turnover for Manchester. Lasker inside to Hussein. He spins up the defender, but he can't lay it in off the glass. And this time it's a complete breakaway from Manchester. And it's Delvin Dickinson with the slam at the other end. Schlitzer thought about the three, didn't release it. Fletcher, he would think about the three as well, but uses Hussein. Nice pick and roll. 2:20 to go in the first quarter. Eagles lead 18-11. There's Dickinson almost stopped by Schlitzer illegally. That's a Callum Jones comes away with the rebound. He gives it back to James. Nice pass from James Jones to Bankovic, and in it goes for 2. Fletcher picks it up. 4-3-2, drives all the way to the basket, throws it out to Lasker. Lasker back to Hussein. Hussein right on the buzzer, shoots the 3, and that one just misses as well. And the first quarter, Eagles lead 20-15, probably being the better side, more active on defence than Manchester, but a low scoring first quarter ends with the Eagles in front by 20-15. John Fletcher, as he looked as if to break away, players behind him, so not an unsportsmanlike foul. Lasker, ball in hand, lobs it over. Morcell, he spins and can't make the layup. Morcell, who's come on for Kai Williams, only changed for the Eagles. James Jones thought about the 2. Callum Jones instead was found by his brother, and then Callum Jones in turn point game. Morcell finds Fletcher. Fletcher to Schlitzer. Schlitzer for 3. And that's 0-12 we are now, but a great, didn't hit the rim, just hit the glass, dropped into the hands of Darius Defoe. Fletcher once again gives it to Schlitzer. Schlitzer inside to Darius Defoe. There's patter kick by himself, and that one doesn't go either. James Jones driving it there and throws alley-oop to Dickinson. Now it's a play and a half. And Dickinson screaming in Sadie Hussein's face. Jones slammed home one-handed by Dickinson. in the running for one of the players of the week already. They're saying, now that's simple. Fletcher turns the corner, he gives it to the four. It's Fletcher for three. Yes! The first three of the night. Four takes the rebound. It's Fletcher, nobody's going to stop him going to the basket that way. Darius Defoe's battle hard against the offensive rebound. Bankovic. Dickerson. Elkness to Callum Jones. Turns against Eddie Matthews. Finds Bankovic completely open under the basket. And Ingus Bankovic lays it in for two. Puts the gap back to 12. 3 and then the 2 from to 4. Had stretched the lead to 14. Yes, Fletcher going through. Up. He gives it to Kai Williams inside. Fletcher moves outside the 3-point line. Matthew moves outside the 3-point line. Kai Williams came inside. The shot was blocked, but that man Lasker is yet guarded by Eddie Matthew. Oh, nice behind the back from Jones. Callum Jones finds Rogers and Evans. He knocked down a couple of threes. Oh, his pass to Dickerson is well should be ticked down for the last few seconds. Dickerson looking at the clock. I think he's going to shoot a three here. There was never any doubt in my mind that he was going to make it north for 12. Hussein took the rebound, and that's all she wrote for the first half. Eagles lead by 43 to 23. Complete domination in that second quarter without necessarily being at their best. But they've already put a 20-point gap on Manchester with good scoring, good defence, and they lead by quite comfortably and deservedly by 20 points. Fletcher, Lasker, Defoe, Morsell, Hussein, and for Manchester it's Jones, Arquez, Dickerson and Elkness. Well, there we go. Combined 1 of 1 so far in the second half as Mike Morsell drains a 3 from the corner. Dave Ellicot's favourite corner 3. The Eagles go up by 46 to 23, and then Ramon Fletcher picks Delvin Dickerson's pocket and runs it back for an easy 2. He'll not be getting paid, that's for certain. James Jones to Elkness. Elkness to Callum Jones. Back round to James Jones, up for 2 and in for 2. Replying. The lack of a point guard's definitely standing out here for Manchester, although that was a great pair. Not normally a point guard, as you say, Fletcher at the other end. I'm going to wait to see who the 2 points given the 2 there. Fletcher's shot looked as if it might have dropped, but Hussein certainly slammed it home to make sure. No call, they weren't looking for basket interference. Here's Callum Jones at the other end, nice. Here's Drew Lasker for 2, he goes in it. Thought about it, gives it back to Arquez, who Danny Burns obviously decided, well, he might as well stay out there, even on 4 fouls. Nice play by Manchester, first bottle of water. 1 down, 4 to go. There's Fletcher behind the back, round his waist, to Morsell. Well, Lasker's had 55-31 Eagles lead. Arquez drives hard to the basket. That's a really nice play from Callum Jones to pick the rebound up. He's going to go coast to coast. But, spins, turns, bounces. Who would normally be in the arena tonight. She's at a conference in Kuala Lumpur, and she says Jeff's doing a great job without Dave, so that's why she gets the shout out. Thanks very much, Tommy, for your kind words. And just to make you feel better, we're in for another 2 after the timeout. Eagles 57-35. Arquez drives in. Guess what? It didn't go down. It's the front of the rim. Darius pulls down the rebound. Fletcher to Kai Williams. Kai Williams, nice little drive to the basket, lays it in for 2. Callum Jones coming forward to Bankovic. Bankovic looking for Jeffrey Boycott's Gromore. Can't find him. Arquez for 3. Yeah! Knocks down the 3, takes him first giant into double figures on to 12 points. Lasker at the other end finds Defoe. Moving like a man who should be on Strictly Come Dancing, gets to the basket and says, I'll have that rebound. Very slowly comes forward. You could tell almost that he was going to go coast to coast, and in the end he does. Lays it in for two for Mike Morsell. 61-40 to the Eagles. That's Callum. Elkness comes forward, ignored by Jones. Orkest backs down. Left-handed hook shot is in. That one's off. Elkness took the rebound. Callum Jones is going to drive all the way to the basket and lay it in for two. Possible 40 was fouled. Eagles coming back. There's a great bounce pass from Ramon Fletcher, and Mike Morsell drops it in for two. Suddenly the lids are off and the baskets are raining. Dickerson to Callum Jones. Callum Jones turns, spins, in for two again over. Powers his way to the basket for two more. Morsell picks the loose ball rebound up. Nice little pass to Nick Schlitzer, who great cut to the basket. Schlitzer lays it in for two. Inside the last minute of the third quarter, Callum Jones showed some nice moves out to Bankovic for three. This time I think Ingus Bankovic not in the paint. Long pass from Morsell to Schlitzer. Schlitzer turns out this inside out to Kai Williams, back to Eddie Matthews. Lovely ball from the Eagles. That is a really nice play, and Eddie Matthews knocks down the three. 1 second to go. Elkness, did he get the shot off? No basket. Shot was after the buzzer, which is a shame because it actually went in. So at the end of the third quarter, the Eagles lead by 74-49. Hussein took the rebound, flicked that ball. There's a bit of carnage on the court here, and I'm not quite sure referees are going to have to stop the game.
As your Eagles close down, the group stage is up to the BBL Cup.
Nice play by James Jones. Out to Nick Schlitzer, who had a wide open layup and didn't make it. Bankovic at the other end, and he knocks down the two. Coach McLeod, hands on hip, one hand on his hip, the other hand on the board at the side. Doesn't look particularly happy with it. But obviously the motivation for both teams is very difficult to raise in this, what essentially is a dead rubber. Although it looks like the Eagles will get the third place. Getting paid double what I normally get, so that will be the same amount as I normally get. Bankovic for three off the screen. Yabantu to Matthew, back to Yabantu. Yabantu driving to the basket, met by Dickerson. Kudos to Marianne for realising she'd made such a bad call in the first place and putting it right. The rifle man shoots. Oh, nice pass from Dickerson, but as Elkness goes to the basket, he's rejected by Mike Morsell. James Jones shakes his head as he tries his two-point air ball. Matthew for three. That one's off. Sadie Hussein takes yet another rebound. Wow, big move to the basket from Mike Morsell. Eagles playing a little bit of exhibition basketball, but without being arrogant about it. Lovely pass from Bankovic. Unfortunately, it was to a wide open Mike Morsell. Mike Morsell bounces it down to Schlitzer. Schlitzer drives to the basket. He drops it off to Yabantu. And loudest cheer of the night is Tendo Yabantu. Young Newcastle Eagles graduate academy player lays it in for two. Puts himself on the board. Bankovic at the other end trying to take advantage of the mismatch, but that is exactly what Bankovic looked like there. But hey, who can blame him? Took advantage of a mismatch. Nice step back by Nick Schlitzer there. Schlitzer with a three. James Jones drives inside, drops it off to Elkness, who comes inside and lays it in for Morsell. Has 20 points, 7 rebounds and 6 assists. And there's another assist from Morsell to Hussein, and Hussein lays it in for two. Hussein takes yet another rebound. Yabantu to Morsell, Morsell back to Yabantu. Yabantu to Matthew, Matthew for three. That's long over for a contest, but it's still some entertaining basketball being played. Rogerson Evans loses out to Hussein. Hussein gets the steal, runs the half end of court, slams it home for 2 points. Slam dunk, which brought the count to his feet for 2 reasons. Slam dunks are always spectacular to see, but it also put the Eagles up to 100 points. Delving of this quarter. A little bit surprised Solveig Candy hasn't got on, but perhaps he isn't fit, I don't know. He is suited up. Matthew thought about the three. Here's the rifleman for a long two. Offensive rebound. The ball comes all the way back to him. He gives it to Schlitzer. Schlitzer drives at the basket. Thought about going all the way. He's going to have to now. Manages a little spin, in it goes. Inside the last 40 seconds, the Eagles lead 104 to 67.
Your program, we are looking for program number 211.
Callum Jones for two. He takes his personal tally up over the halfway line. Lucky, is he going to go all the way? Rogerson Evans will shoot the three from the corner right on the buzzer, and that's the end of the game with the Eagles winning by a 104 to 71. It was a 2. Comprehensive win for the Eagles, who finished in third place in the group, and they'll await the results from the Southern group to see who finishes second. That will be where they travel to for the quarter final. For Manchester, I guess it's a chance to rebuild, look for hopefully a bit of financial support so they can bring in a couple of Americans desperately in short of a point guard this team, and also they could do with another big inside. For the Eagles, without John Mitchell tonight, they managed to cope without them. Sadeh Hussein coming into the starting fight, taking 16 rebounds. The Eagles overall had 55 rebounds. So it could be said that Mitchell wasn't missed tonight, but a really dead rubber game. But there's got some entertaining basketball played. For me, Jeff King, and I'm sure from Dave Allican in his hospital bed. Get well soon, Dave. I missed you tonight. His throat's just about to go, and I'm into my third bottle of water. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time, which is 5 weeks' time before the next Eagles home game. Whether it be the 20th of December, the Christmas game, and guess who's in town? Yep, the Manchester Giants, and it'll be very interesting to see what sort of side both clubs put out that one.